What's good, y'all? My name is Darius, and it's actually been a while since I last played, but I'm back with, well, more Warframe. So, between the time of me playing Warframe and me doing a few different things,
There's a man
I've
on
been,
high with the devil in his eye and a golden hand. I'm
I have been,
told it can hurt you, it can
I've
hold
been
you,
trying to
he can
grind my
kick
way
you
up
or console
to
you when you're
mastery rank
sleeping in the
30,
cold
which I'm
below.
almost there, actually. But hang on one second.
We're going where the winds don't blow. Yes, we're all
Just want to turn
bound
that
down
down
to
some
the
because I
deep
didn't
and
want it to
we'll
just
all be
be
sleeping in the cold below. Sleeping in
I
the
didn't want it to
cold
be all the
below.
way up to where you hear both, the game and me, or you barely hear me. But yeah, so between all this, I have been getting some stuff and I have been doing a lot more. But one good thing is, between the time of me playing this and the time of me grinding out, I've actually got, where is she?
Oh, sisters,
Got
you
Cora
so
Prime.
wise and true.
So I'm
When
actually
it's
going to,
my
yeah,
time to
let me
go,
see. Do I have anything
won't you
on her?
lay me down under granite crowns, and I'll be sleeping in the cold below, sleeping in the cold below.
I'll just, yeah.
Operator,
I'm gonna work
did you
on
hear that?
actual
It said,
Cora, well, Cora Prime. What is
cosmic
this?
background radiation is a riot.
Ensnare. Yeah, I'm gonna subsume it. Mostly because a lot of the stuff that I got, I already had for her, and I got tons of reactors. But I don't think I'll need it. I don't think I'll need it for Cora Prime. I just want to do it so I can get the ability itself. Plus, I haven't played with Cora in a while, so I'm going to be getting back used to her again. Plus, I think there's some other frames that I want to get to, but I haven't really grinded it out. I had Harrow Prime. You already know that, and I'm trying to get Revenant Prime. Where is she? There she is. I'm trying to get the new frame. I'm trying to get the new. Yeah, I was trying to get the new current frame
Your
of Revenant
chosen
Prime,
warframe
but let me
suits
see what
you.
we got here.
Ha ha.
Chance for the pet to prime locker. Sure, I'll put that on. Let's see, sense danger.
So it's into the
I don't
void,
need
now me
that.
girls and me
Territorial
boys, from
aggression.
mother's hands we go. We'll be sailing to the sun till the voyage is done.
Yeah, I'll
and
worry
we'll be
about that later.
sleeping in
But
the
right
cold
now,
below.
I think I had something else.
Sisters below, we're going where
Yeah,
the
not
winds
that.
don't blow.
I don't think I have. Yeah, I don't have Prime Pack Leader. There is a Prime variant of this. There's a 5% of damage you do with melee attacks, which is actually good because Venari does heal when you use her other abilities. What is her armor rating? So wait, what's Cora's prime? What's Cora's armor? Oh, 325, which is actually pretty high. It's actually really good. But you know what? Let me work on her first.
Yes, we're all bound down to the deep, and we'll all be sleeping in the cold
Airborne,
sleeping in the
MP
cold
Aura, Rejuvenation.
There's a man on high with the
Stand
devil in his
United.
eye and a golden hand.
I could use this, but I don't know which one I want to use.
It can hold you, he
Aerodot,
can kick you
well,
or console you when you're
combat
sleeping
discipline.
in the
Lose one
cold
health,
below.
one kill. Allies gain 5 health, one kill.
We're going where the winds don't blow.
That's not really good on her in the early game. Let's see. I know Stand United has more armor. You know what? I'm going to use Stand United. I could probably do something else, but I'm not too hung up on it. But I know for her, well, naturally I will put it. Let's see, should I put? Well, right now I only have one ability, and that's just going to be this. Yeah, I'm going to put Intensify on her first, and I'll worry about the other stuff later.
So wise and true when it's my time
Let's see,
to
adaptation.
go. Won't you lay me
I
down
might,
under
but I'm not going to worry about that
clouds, and
either.
I'll be sleeping in the cold below.
Prime Vigor, I'm definitely going to put on.
Below.
What else do we have? If her abilities did electricity damage, I would have put this one here. Let me see. Nah. She doesn't really need flow because it's not dire. She already has a high enough energy pool, and I won't need to worry too much about it. Yeah, if I'm not going to use flow, I'm going to use streamline. Well, Pilfering Strangle Dome ain't going to do any good. Venari dies in chorus place. Respawn timer is increased on March 50 seconds. Killing enemies decreases the timer by 1 second. Well, I'm not going to worry about Venari yet. I'm going to wait until I get Venari first, then I'm going to start applying some of this stuff. But for now, I don't really need Whip Claw like that. I'm not trying to put range on her just yet because she doesn't have all of her kit. Augur Accord, 3% shield capacity, 40% energy spent on abilities is converted to shields. I'm going to save that for Hildren. Repellent, nope. Legendary Aegis, 45% armor, 10% critical chance per combo multiplier. I don't know if I have all of the Gladiator. Drains energy to stop lethal damage for 10% efficiency. But I don't have all of her Gladiator abilities. Well, I don't have all the Gladiator abilities. Well, mods. I think I'm missing one, I believe. Restore health with abilities. Well, this would be good for Titania because she's constantly, restoring health. And that would work well with this if I was to use something else. Arm continuity is still not necessary. Rage, 40% damage on health to energy. Nah, transient fortitude. Again, I'm not too worried about that. What else? Okay, Grace, no. Arcane Guardian. Damage 50%. I'll slap that on just in case. And I only have I need one more Arcane Energizer to upgrade this to rank 3. 60% chance to replenish 75 energy to self and allies within 15 meters. Not necessary. Well, it is necessary, but I'm not too hung up. I should upgrade Venari just in case. I want to do Link Health. Yeah, Prime Animal Instinct. Definitely. What else? Stop for additional times. Increase your attack range by 2 meters. Yeah, I'm definitely putting that on. Let's check this out. If I have 50%, you have to ignore this damage and heal me for 1 second. Got Silk Fiber. This is definitely good. What is Frost Jaw? Yeah, I'm gonna put that on. If I don't use Frost Jaw, Tech Enhance. Yeah, if I ever do need to put more into this, I will. Because this actually takes Tech Enhance, Tech Assault.
For there's much we just don't know.
Okay, I'll put that on.
So farewell with a kiss.
But it's more.
Then it's fast for
you know what?
mist. Till we're
oh yeah. Yeah, I don't have enough. Yeah, I don't have enough for it. I think that's pretty much it for now. And I'm still trying to upgrade this, which is my Zor, which I have. Wait a second, didn't I have a... Oh wait, I do. Where is it? Where's the Latron Wrath? Because I got... Oh yeah, I did upgrade that. I thought I didn't upgrade it at first. From me see. What else do I have? Because I have some other stuff. And I do have some other weapons I want to get. But there's some other things I need. I want to get the new, I want to get the Phantasma Prime. I'm not going to use the Queller. But one thing I am working on getting is the... Yeah, I'm working on getting the faction weapons, which I'm working towards. So yeah, I'm just gonna stick with this. So yeah, we have regular Venari skin, and the Venari Prime skin. I'm not going to change her around too much, because again, I don't have her yet, and I'm already going to have a, as a matter of fact, let me check in with Carl. Actually, Chipper. So I do have some stuff. I think I have all the Steinex's stuff, because I want to... Oh, I don't have enough stock, that's why. I only have 65. This costs 90, because I would get a Amber Archon shard. I already got this. I already have the Argot. I have all of these. And yeah, I'm going to get Archon Vitality.
What? You want me to wrap it for you?
Well, I already had this crafted. Oh yeah, I already have it crafted.
I don't do special orders, princess.
So I got this.
What you see is what you get.
Yeah, so I need to get... yeah, I'm going to work on trying to get... Yeah, in my downtime, I'm going to see if I can try to get Steinex's stuff. Yeah, but for now... Actually, yeah, it is a new week, so I can do the Archon hunt. But I'm not going to do it with her. Well, I can't do it with her because I'm not a max rank 4 frame. But I am going to do survival. All of these. I got this, but I don't know. Well, let me just burn this off. It's not necessary that I need it. I just want to get used to using Cora again, because I have been doing a bunch of stuff lately, and one of the things I wanted to do was get her, and I was lucky I was able to get her, as I wanted to make sure a lot of the stuff I have is, you know, pretty good.
Dropping reactant. Look for personal life support modules dropped by fallen enemies.
Oh yeah, I do. Oh yeah, I do have Venari. I just haven't unlocked her. I just haven't unlocked the ability to switch her stuff. I'm just burning off this, I'm just burning off this relic because I don't really need it anymore because I got everything on it. The only real thing I want to get from it is the Forma, because I don't need anything else. Let me go back here. And the neat thing is, both Venari and Cora both level up separately from one another, so it actually counts as two separate. So they both count as two separate pieces of gear, because she's a Prime variant and Venari is the Venari variant, Venari Prime variant. I do want to level this all the way up because I had to guild it. And for people wondering, this is all that I have. I have to guild it in order to be able to use to get mastery from it, which means what I have right now can only be gotten on Knights of Neberus.
Life support has been replenished.
I'm just trying to get.
I've delivered
Yeah,
another
I
life
just want
support
to get
capsule.
all the reactive because one thing I want to do. Let me see. I gotta figure out which drops Revenant Prime parts. Cause I got his blueprint, but I need to figure out which relics drop his parts so I can go for him. I try to upgrade them so I know which ones to go for, so I won't have to keep running back, guessing, figuring out
Take a look inside.
which ones I can upgrade, which ones I should upgrade, which ones I should pay attention to, and whatnot. Also, at the same time, get a bunch of other stuff too, like resources, because I know I'm lacking on some of them. I want to get a ton of ferrite, which I need.
Tenno, prepare for life support.
I want to use my I want to use this, more so
Another life support capsule is now available.
I can get the lion's share of all the experience onto this. I know in most cases, I know in cases in this game, the type of how they split the XP is based on, well, it sends a quarter of the XP that you normally get to your frame, and the rest is divided amongst your total weapons. But of course, one of the things they do say is that if you want to level up your weapons faster, bringing a weapon by itself is much better.
Is off to a successful start.
I just like it better when I carry a full loadout because I don't want to be without options. And that's usually key to dealing high amounts of damage and builds. Plus, I know that Barrow isn't going to be... I don't know if he's going to be here this week or is he going to be here next week. I'm not 100% sure. I think he might be here next week because I did check over the weekend and I got a few things from him, but none of it was too good. And I do have another melee weapon I can play around with. There's only two of us? Oh, one guy probably... Yeah, I think one guy left. Alright, now I unlock Venari.
Life support activated.
Plus, I got Nightwave here, so I gotta kill 150 enemies with my
Life
primary
support
weapon.
on the way.
So as long as I'm doing that, I don't need to worry too much. Plus, this is... Yeah, mow them down. Kill 150 enemies with a primary weapon. Yeah, this is pretty much a fire and forget weapon.
Additional life support has arrived.
Oops, kinda blew that up. Damn it. Venari died. But Venari came back.
support activated.
And I don't know why this guy keeps activating life support. We don't need it. We're way above 100%. Well, not way above 100%, but we can't just use life support just randomly like that.
Capsule.
Because if you use life support the way, you know, guys like this use life support, it's going to cause problems down the road. As in, you're not going to survive that long. Meaning, if you run out of life support, you'll run out of time. Especially if these guys are stingy when they try to give you life support. It ain't going to really do much good.
I've delivered another life support capsule.
But there is a few things to know about Cora. With Cora, I think she's more or less like she's more or less a zoning frame. Basically, her skills all revolve around using different abilities to try and nail down opponents and try to, you know, alleviate a lot of, you know, bad elements all around. Which is why her abilities are all that of, you know, a Beastmaster. You know, like Whip Claw and Snare, Venari as the hunter, and then Strangle Dome. Hence why a lot of her stuff is pretty straightforward, with enough complexity to, you know, keep things interesting. Yeah, like right now I'm switching Venari's abilities around. While I'm switching around her behaviors, not her abilities. Oh, this person's leaving. Fine. Well, it doesn't matter. I wasn't planning on staying here long. I just wanted to make sure I get, you know, at least most, if not all of her levels.
The relic has been cracked open. Finish your mission to find out what's inside.
Oh yeah, her abilities do deal viral damage, but I'm not going to leave yet. Well, that person ain't getting no prime parts, whatever the prime part is going to be.
The longer you fight, the more successful we will be. We're near a fissure.
Brand prime stock. I don't need that. Well, I can sell it off for ducats or ducats or however you want to say it. I'm getting out of here anyway. I do need to look up. Yeah, I do need to look up which. Yeah, I do need to look up which prime parts drop Revenant stuff. Let me take a look because I remember. Because I got his blueprint. I just don't have any of his stuff yet. Let me see. Well, I gotta do a inventory on him. Let me see, what rank am I for her? Rank 11. So now I could put some range on her.
We'll be sailing to the sun till the voyage is done. Then we'll be sleeping in the cold below. Sisters below, below.
Yeah, I'm getting rid of that. Pilfering Strangle Dome. Yeah, Pilfering Strangle Dome and Venari Body. Yeah, as I rank her up, then I'll start upgrading stuff. For now, that's all I got.
to be made, or there's hell to pay when you're sleeping in the cold
Upgrade
below.
her some of her stuff. Let me see what we got.
Sisters below, below, we're going where the winds don't blow. Yes, we're all bound down to the deep and
Yeah, let me do frost.
cold below, below, sleeping in the cold below. There's a man on high with the devil.
Yeah, and I won't be able to upgrade her any further.
Hand, I'm told.
At least not without spending one of the. Well,
Kick you or console you when you're sleeping
I
in
think
the
I.
cold
Wait,
below.
does she come with that? Oh, Venari. Oh yeah, Venari already comes with the. Orokin reactor. I could install an Orokin reactor on her, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna wait. How far am I? Not far at all. Because I do have another melee weapon I want to upgrade.
Were you
And I still have to upgrade her to full and upgrade Venari to full.
Too.
Matter of fact,
Compliments, operator. Please
let me use
return
something else. I've been
covered
using it.
in
Well,
blood.
off stream I've been using this a whole lot, but I want to use something
Wise and
else.
true when it's my time to go. Won't you lay me down
I have been using some other
underground
stuff.
and I'll be sleeping in the cold
I could use the Dracoon.
sleeping in the cold below.
I could use the Carrick. I mean, I've been using this a whole. I mean, even off stream I've been using this too much. Who the heck is something I have been using every now and then, but I haven't focused too much on it. I could use this. Or I could use the Brahma. Yeah, I'll use the Brahma this time.
Today we sail
I don't need two weapons that blow up.
on the solar
Let me see. Do I have a?
for there's
Do I, have
much we
I don't know if I have
just
a other
don't
secondary
know.
that I need to level up.
So
That's the Meyer
farewell
lock.
with a kiss, then it's fast
Let me
for the
see.
mist, till we're all sleeping in the cold.
Actually, let me double check to see what the Nightwave missions are.
Now you might be wondering if I'm holding back on y'all.
Complete 3 extermination missions.
Dreamers.
I just want to see. Play one emote. Okay. Find all 3 catches and sabotage missions. Complete 3 exterminate missions. Complete 3 void flood missions, which is extremely easy. Complete 3 spy missions.
Coming up next.
I'm gonna go ahead and do the.
Yes, we're all bound down.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do the extermination missions, but I want to make it interesting. I don't want to just do extermination missions and just have that be just that. But I want to do break open that relic at the same time too.
Hard and the quick, we roll our load
Defense,
and
nope.
go.
Survival seems to be the only thing that
There's
works.
hell to pay when you're sleeping in the cold below.
Let me see what I got for awards. I could probably do a nightmare mission at the same time. No shield mode, definitely not touching that. Spy, vampire mode. Death detonation. Sure, I'll do this. It's no big deal. The mission is extremely simple. The thing about nightmare missions is that they are just, they're not really hard at all. They just have an extra mutator added to it. Because there are several different mutators. This one, my energy drains throughout the mission. My HP drains.
There is a large
Well, oh no. This is death detonation mode. Every time I kill enemies, they explode. And whenever enemies explode,
On Tenno.
and whenever enemies
The
explode,
scanner is detecting a potential target. Use it.
Who the heck is
Search
this?
for traces of the target.
Oh yeah. Whenever enemies explode, they damage me. I know there's I know. I'm using explosive weapons on fodder.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
Oh, damn it. Oh yeah, in the nightmare mode, don't try to use any of your specters because if you try to use your specters, it's gonna cause your specters to start attacking you. Basically meaning that so yeah, I actually learned that the hard way. I thought it was just me, or I thought it was because part of the mutator, but your specters will attack you and they'll deal damage to you. So you'll wind up dying, and I don't want to test it because I already know what's going to happen. Oh, that dude dead. That person's dead too. How did I miss that? Also, I tend to use my abilities less and less for some odd reason. I don't know why. Well, it's because I'm trying to focus on more than one thing. That should be almost all of them. Nope.
You have broken their ranks and they are on the run. Another successful mission. Find extraction.
Oh wait, that's the wrong thing.
All right, Hunter. I will reward you should you perform synthesis.
Got him.
You are always reliable, Hunter. Come receive what is owed to you.
That's just daily synthesis. That's just a daily thing for Cephalon Samaris.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
Yeah, that's just stuff for when for the simulacrum or simulacrum. Mostly because when you scan those guys, I mean, they'll have an obvious blue outline and they'll have this sort of ephemera around them that has these yellow cubes that float around them. Those are actually synthesis targets, and you don't want to kill them because if you kill them, well, there's nothing really negative about killing them, but if you do kill them, you kind of ruin the whole thing for synthesis, and it makes it, and you won't get any of pretty much what you see. You won't get any standing for it, and the less standing you get, the less and less you'll be able to get stuff from Samaris, because he does have some weapons and certain warframes that you can get. And also, this is why I want to get to a higher upgrade. Because I can actually bestow...
You are a true hunter.
Yeah.
Where would the second I can tell?
Yeah, because I can actually bestow buffs on anybody within the same server.
Later for a new target.
And I get additional standing. Alright. Let me leave the strata relay because there's some other stuff I want to do. And I'm also working on the syndicates. Well, the opposing syndicates. I'm still working on these guys. But I do have... Let me see. What I'm doing is I want to get these three right here. I want to get the Vacor Mirelok, I want to get the Vacor Heck, and I want to get the Vacor Ascendant. I could get this, but I want to save my standing for getting these three because they cost the most. I want to get this first, then I want to get the Vacor Heck, and then I want to get the Vacor Ascendant. But I am aligned with Cephalon Suda because yeah, so let's see how much do I got. How much time do I got on this? Oh yeah, 2 hours for an Infinity Blessing. Sabotage. While doing these missions, you get special Syndicate medallions unique to the Syndicate themselves, which can help boost your standing with them, and you'll get additional standing for completing the missions themselves. So in all cases, you want to make sure that you actually check every nook and cranny. Because if you do, you'll be able to get the standing themselves. You'll be able to trade them in for additional standing.
The enemy are using a void key and a portable torsion beam device to force open the portal, destroy the key and the device. The portal only allows travel in one direction. Start up the portal generators to reverse the polarity.
And I can tell these guys aren't used to doing these type of missions because for these missions you want to check everywhere, not just one place. Because if you don't check anywhere, you're going to wind up losing out on a lot of standing. And I don't want nobody to make that mistake thinking that there's nothing else around. So it may seem tedious, but it's absolutely not. And I guarantee you it is worth it in the long run.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
That's why I'm checking everywhere, because you don't want to leave no stone unturned. And I know sometimes there may be weapons or certain other things barring your way, but I guarantee you that if you check, you'll have an easier time dealing with this stuff.
Coming through that portal was a big mistake, Tano.
Quick, pick up the key.
Big mistake, big mistake.
You got the key. Now get back to the portal.
Yeah, usually finding this stuff is usually outside of. It's usually way outside of.
Go through the portal now.
It's usually off the beaten path. So, whenever you have the chance, make sure you check everywhere, and not burn through this whole thing like how these guys are doing.
Objective complete. The void key and torsion beam device are out of commission. The enemy will not be returning anytime soon.
Like
All
this.
the objectives are complete. Proceed to extraction now. Stay focused. There's a heavy
Like
unit
stuff like
approaching.
this, people tend to forget. People never want to get this stuff. But they get really upset if you know. But once you look everywhere, and you've been every place, you know exactly what to look for, and you know exactly where to find it. But one thing I highly recommend doing these missions solo, because, you know, some players don't want to take their time, other players want to rush, and it just becomes difficult. And the last thing you want is 2 players yeah, the last thing you want is just, you know, 1 or more players, you know, burning through this entire mission, and you're not even having a chance to do anything about it. Such as, I can guarantee you that they missed everything. They just don't want to do this mission. They wanted to do the mission, but they don't want to get the stuff for it. See?
Mission complete.
Never ever play with people if they're not on the same page. It's worthless. You're never going to get any of these. I got 2 of it. I got 2 of the 8 that was in the, well, 2 of the 7 or 8 that was in the level. But again, this is exactly why you should play this always by yourself. Never play it with anybody. They are not on the same page as you, and I guarantee you they're not going to. Well, you may get the occasional player who may do so, but I guarantee you, you're not doing yourself a favor if you play with people and they're not on the same page as you. Just don't do it. Yeah, I mean, you can play with other players, but unless you actually communicate with everyone else, you're not going to get everything from out of here. So I'm not ragging on players who do stuff like this. Just be more realistic when you want to farm certain things. Just don't, I mean, especially for stuff like this, don't just run through the entire mission without a care, especially if it's a mission for
the emergency life support I am delivering is your only chance for survival.
yeah, especially if it's a mission that you need to that you only get drops for within that certain mission type. Like any missions for any missions for syndicates, play them alone, just to be on the safe side. I guarantee you're better off for it, because you can actually look through at your leisure and not have to worry about other players just jumping in, trying to speed run the entire thing and then just quit. They probably didn't even realize that you could get stuff like that from the missions.
Prepare for life support.
Yeah, I'm just blowing you dudes up. But I really should be using melee, because melee gives me, I think, a 21% bonus, and kills give me, yeah, and if I get kills, I'll get a, yeah, I think, yeah, melee kills give me a 28% bonus to, yeah, it gives me a 28% bonus to affinity, and it gives me a 21% bonus per kill. Yeah, meaning that if I kill these guys and at the same time, I'll get a 49% affinity boost from that alone. And if you combine the fact that I'm using that I got the actual affinity boost, that increases it further. Meaning, I want to try to kill as many enemies as I can with melee, but I want to kill Eximus enemies because they get the most experience, which is upwards to about 3,000 experience, which is definitely great for her. And since I'm the party leader, I don't have to worry about this thing, you know.
Life support on the way.
Yeah, I don't have to worry about, you know, post migrations. Because when a new player of yeah, every time a new player every time somebody, you know, leaves and it's the actual host, the game will automatically
Another life support capsule is now available.
automatically slot in the next person who's next to the leader, meaning that number 1 up in the upper right hand corner, right below, right above my XP bar, and just below, yeah, pretty much, yeah. That HP bar that bar that's right there, well, that number next to my name where it says, you know, Core Prime 13, that number denotes what you know, what rank I am within the actual party itself, meaning since I'm 1, I'm actually the host or a party leader, meaning that if I leave or something happens, it will host migrate to the next person that came in. So we really actually had 4 people, but they all quit. So because so unless we get a full group again, the party leader is going to you know, switch to the person that's just below me.
Another life support capsule.
Yeah, right now Strangle Dome isn't really all that great because it doesn't last long at all. It only lasts about 4 seconds. But the primary reason why I always come to this survival and no other survival is because this does offer the highest bonus in terms of XP, because the other ones, I think they do have enemies on a higher level, but I think it's just too, I think it's, you know, not really cost effective, because this is actually the best for, you know, low level players who wants to get more bang for their buck. And I do believe it actually works good. Especially since they offer a large bonus. Even and like I said before, this is a low level, so it isn't really, I mean, it's a little bit ways ahead into the game, but it's not so demanding that you're going to have a difficult time doing this. And what I mean by that is having is by not having the enemies at such a high level. The average enemies on this level is around, I think, well, 5 minutes already passed, but I think the average level is between, I think, 15, I believe. I think 13 and 15, and then it scales more and more based on how long you stay in the mission. So the longer you stay in the mission, the more the enemies level up, and the more experience they give, and the increased chance you'll come across, you know, Eximus enemies. Also, the unique thing is that Cora, she's actually great as a Beastmaster. Well, she's great for what the Beastmaster description gave her, because she can actually have, yeah, she can actually have two companions out at once. Meaning you can have your standard companion and you have her actual companion, which is actually an ability for her. So what does this mean? She can actually have two Kvesh, because Venari is a part of her kit. And you have the standard Kvesh. But right now I have, you know, my Hound. So that's why you see, you know, two different allies of mine running around. You see Venari running around, and you also see my Hound just going through doing what they do. And I have been, yeah, I've been away for quite a while, but that's mostly due to the fact that I've been mostly focusing on a few things, and I had some personal matters I needed to take care of. I just wanted to make sure my mental was, you know, in the right place. I didn't want to come back into this, you know, in a bad way, but that's why I wanted to take some time away. I do have some videos lined up, not a whole bunch, but but there's a bunch of stuff I need to take care of first, such as, you know, editing them and cutting them down. I do have the majority of them cut down, so I don't have to necessarily edit them anymore. The most I probably have to do is upload them, but I want to upload them in a specific order. And I know one of my videos I need to finish is I finished the introduction for the new series that I have that I'm going to be showcasing soon, which is the Mastery Rank Test series, which is going to chronicle pretty much all the Mastery ranks. But I'm not going to post those yet until I get to rank 30, which this actually is supposed to signify. And this is about to help me get there faster, since, you know, I have Korra and I need to get the weapons for my syndicate. So I'm not too focused on, I'm not too tunnel vision on trying to get to rank 30, but I do want to get there as a way to, you know, do so. And after that, then I'll start focusing more and more on, a lot more on, you know, the rest of my content. And I'm still upgrading the 101. Which I do have another video for, but I want to get one of the videos out that I need to at first.
We will all share in this bounty. Hold out as long as you can.
Yeah, I need to work on getting her. Well, the reason why I'm not too worried about duration at the moment is because duration ain't going to do me any good, because Korra isn't max rank yet. And it's not going to do any good at all. Plus, I want to upgrade, you know, my entire kit for her, because I want to use her more often. Plus, the weapon that I'm using is actually, well, it's all right, but I say it's not really a great matchup for the Infested. But again, the reason I'm using this is because I want to make sure that when I do level it up, I don't have to worry about it no more in the long run. Oh, Venari's rank 1. Well, I got rank 1 for Venari, which I'm at 16. Plus these big guys, these ancients, they actually give the most experience, which is actually a pretty which is actually a lot, which is around 300 or so, which scales more and more. So that's why I'm using melee a lot. Why I'm using melee the most and not, you know, my other weapons. And I know you're saying why I'm not bringing this melee weapon, you know, solo. I mean, it wouldn't take long for me to upgrade the rest of my stuff because, you know, that's wasted experience and wasted time, you know, having all these other weapons with me. And the primary reason why, again, is because I always like to carry a full loadout. Because I feel too naked if I only have one. Oh yeah, I think her whip claw probably takes after the element that I have primarily on my melee weapon, which is viral, which actually deals increased damage to which actually is supposed to deal increased damage to Grineer because they use cloned flesh. I mean, this person can leave if they feel like it, because at least this way, it ain't gonna, you know, interrupt the game and just, you know, stop it and then just say host migration and stuff. Because like I said before, host migration go in the order in what players join the game, which means that a lot of stuff that's happening right now would, you know, get put on pause, and the game would, you know, try to quote unquote put me back in the correct server with the right people, right players. Also, I never even really mentioned any of this during any of my streams, if I recall correctly, but I do have a Guilded server. And I'm mostly on Nier. I mean, I haven't gotten much use out of it yet because, you know, not enough players is in Nier. But a lot of the stuff that I do and I talk about, I usually talk about in Nier, which is, you know, one of the games that I have in Nier, which is Warframe. And I do tend to, every once in a while, talk about, you know, different builds, maybe help players every now and then. But I've been doing a few things to, you know, help streamline a lot of stuff, because my goal for this game is to be a mentor, and I like to make sure that, you know, players actually, you know, feel helped and feel like they're, you know, actually feel like they're actually making progress. Because a lot of the stuff that I have been thinking about doing was, you know, maybe some, you know, slight mentor sessions, you know, for you know, certain players, you know, have like different challenges and stuff, such as, you know, doing like different challenges, you know, for not only myself but for the players themselves. Like if I would have them do like a sort of, you know, challenge for, you know, me or something like that. Like they would like I would challenge them to, you know, protect me, you know, throughout the entire survival or something like that. Make sure they go 20 minutes without, you know, 20 minutes while protecting me, at the same time staving these guys off, or doing a defense mission, or doing a standard mission where you have to defend me or escort me to extraction while completing the mission objective at the same time, stuff like that. You know, just stuff like that. You know, mostly as a, you know, sort of a start to you know, ease myself more into, you know, doing, you know, community games and stuff. But I really do, but yeah, I really do want to do some stuff like that, you know. I will also do like a rate, you know, rate my build, something like that, or even better yet, do like a test build or something in a simulacrum. That way, you know, I can test your build, see if it holds up, or have you guys send builds to me to, you know, do like a survival or something like that in, you know, stuff like that. But I have been meaning to do a survival for another player that was part of a Facebook group, which I really need to do. A 20-minute survival for that, which I need to knock off. And I have been, you know, kind of putting off because I wanted to make sure I got the right builds and the right, you know, weapons and stuff like a budget build limit test, so to speak. So let me see. Oh, we're closing in on 20 minutes. But I'm not going to leave just yet. I want to try to see if I can slay a few more, yeah, a few more Eximus enemies. I think this person just wants to leave. They don't want to stick around here anymore. They are rank 11. But one thing I do recommend is if you've never done a mission before and you're just now unlocking a node for it, don't stick around. Just leave. Especially if you, if you never completed the mission before, just split after 5 minutes. Especially in survival, you don't need to stay. If another player can do so, it's good to do so. I mean, it's good for, you know, experience and stuff, but if you can't handle staying for a while, don't stick around. I would completely understand. Because personally, I say, if you played the mission before and you're farming, the absolute minimum you should stay is at least until 20 minutes. Unless you're doing something like farming or leveling up different weapons and whatnot. Yeah, and you just want to leave because, you know, your weapon's already reached max rank and you don't want to stick around anymore. As that's the last thing you want to do is stick around, overstay your welcome, especially in places like this. Yeah, I'm out of here. That's exactly why I wanted to stay, because I got the most XP out of that. Plus, I'm getting some additional standing for Cephalon Suda and Arbiters of Hexix, which are the opposing syndicates for the bottom 3 factions. Well, not for the bottom 3, but you pretty much get the picture. So I max ranked this, so I could go ahead and de-equip that. I do have an, yeah. Actually, let's see, how much do I got left? Oh, I don't got much left. I'm working my way up. Anyway.
Yes, we're all bound down to the deep, and we'll all be sleeping in the cold below, below.
Where the heck are that? Yeah.
Our sailing ships for the hard and the quick, we roll our load and go. There's a living to be made, or there's hell to pay.
One thing I do, and one thing I always believe, is that pressure point is always going to be, yeah, pressure point is definitely always going to be the go-to prime, go-to platinum mod that you gotta have on your weapon at all times, because it increases your actual melee damage by 165%. So it increases everything. So this does impact damage, which is good. Collision force. Where's Prime Heavy Trump? There we go. I'm looking for Inferior one here, just so I can attack faster. And that up there tells you how many attacks happen per second. So my attack speed is 1.3 seconds, meaning every 1.3 seconds I can attack again. Let me see.
Gorgeous has been counting stars, operator. All accounted for.
I can put Spoiler Strike on here. It's going to kill some of my attack speed, but it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, let me try something else. Yeah, I'm going to use the Carrack. I'm going to stick with the Egret. But I do like her prime design. It's actually really, really good. Hopefully I can level up the weapons that I got before the buff doesn't last, before the buff runs out.
I've delivered a life support capsule to the area. Activating it.
But yeah, attack speed is definitely a must on some of these weapons, especially the heavy weapons themselves. I got a ton of Oracle cells. I've been farming those a whole bunch, but that's also because I've been doing this mission non-stop.
Life support on the way. Delivered another life support capsule.
But you do see what I mean when I talk about, you know, prime pressure point being the one mod you want to have on your weapon. Because there is a standard variant. It still gives you a pretty decent boost. But Prime Pressure Point does exactly that, only better. It's just more expensive. As in, 15 skill point, you know, 15 skill point, you know, expensive. Meaning, if you do intend to do that, I highly recommend putting it in a polarity spot. Which brings me to my next point. Sorry about that. Tripped over my words. Whenever you see a weapon that has mod slots with polarity, which looks like the little icon, that essentially means that that'll clue you in on what the weapon actually needs. Well, what type of mod the weapon needs. I mean, you can get rid of it, but I highly recommend not, because the one thing you want to do is make sure that when you do put something on there, it matches that, because you'll pretty much cut the mod cost in half. And if you put a incompatible mod, it's going to increase the mod cost. All right, so we got a little bit more. So we got a little bit more time on Strangle Dome.
The raid is off to a successful start.
Excellent. Okay, so I'm the third player in line. But you see what I mean when I say that that number in the upper right hand corner, right below my yeah, well, right above my XP bar for the Warframe itself. That's the order in which I joined the team, which meant I joined third. So Driftwake is actually the party leader. In the mood for camping, dancing, romancing. Yep, that pretty much sounds like a party I want to attend, and that's good. Yeah, these guys are right. Yeah. Yeah, let me see, what level is this? Oh, level 8. Yeah, honestly, I have no idea which loot quote these guys are talking about. I mean, I think I heard that whole dancing, romancing thing. I forget what it was from now. I think I remember. I don't know. I have a vague memory of it. But I am closing in on the next rank, and I'm working on my, the next. Yeah, I'm way too focused on these guys' conversation, but I am focusing on more syndicates in order to get their weapons. But I think if I get their weapons, I'm definitely going to get pushed up to. Yeah, I'm definitely going to get pushed up to Mastery Rank 30. I know Mastery Rank 30, well, off the top of my head, it's the same as Mastery Rank 28. Well, the same as Mastery Rank 29. Only, I gotta fight against Corpus and not just Vernier, meaning I gotta bring a toxin weapon around. And I do have a toxin weapon. One that I favor. Where the hell is this thing at? There he is.
We will all share in this bounty. Hold out as long as you can.
But again, like I said, I'm not focusing too much on. Oh yeah. Actually, no, not movie. I forget which. I know I'm late to the party. I'm hugely late to the party. But I forget which song that's part of. It's probably a song I probably heard of in passing, or I probably never heard of at all. I know the last rank up is going to be for Strangledome. But I do have Pilfering Strangledome though. But as for her actual abilities and what will be good for her, well, range is definitely good if you want to use Strangledome or Whipclaw. Well, if you want to use some of her abilities, you know, more and more, but I know some abilities, if you use them for range, you'll probably have to sacrifice power for it as well. But I think with Cora, you don't really have to worry too much about power if you're going for a max range build. But if you're going for a max range build, what you really need to focus on, I highly recommend primarily using Snare and Pilfering Strangledome. But it highly depends on which type of mods, well, which type of augments you put on Cora, because you can't just put any sort of mod on Cora and have it work. Like right now, Venari is pretty much self-sufficient. but mostly because I don't have. Mostly because I don't have any of the link components onto her. Because I don't have link shields, link health, or link armor, which isn't necessary. Because she already has a lot of armor, and Venari has just as much, which means I don't think armor is really an issue for her. Because she is pretty tanky. I mean, being a Beastmaster, she has to be. Yeah, one thing I noticed, well, they did do some armor adjustments on some of the frames, because I remember a long time ago the original armor rating for Korra was, well, not for Korra, for the lowest armor rating for the frames was 65. So they definitely, I mean, I know after a while they boosted that, and now the lowest armor rating is 100. But since they've been doing, you know, armor buffs, and they've been doing armor buffs for certain frames, some stuff is sort of different. I mean, I gotta read more into it because I didn't, you know, really get clarification into what type of stuff it really affects, like whether certain frames got buffs, certain frames got nerfed, or I haven't really been paying too much attention.
Look what our Tenno operative just found.
They could not do this without you.
But yeah, if you want to get more range on Korra, you can go for range. But I know for the corrupted mods, you have to probably sacrifice something else. I don't think she really needs adaptation, because for adaptation, that's only if you intend to get in range of enemies. But certain enemies don't necessarily isn't necessarily, you know, too hard up on what they need. And I'm almost done with Atlantic Vulcan. Well, almost with the Pulmonaris. But yeah, when I max her out, then I want to focus more, but I pretty much maxed her out at this point. I mean, it's kind of difficult to see exactly how much experience you're getting, because the XP only... Yeah, the XP only shows directly, you know, over the actual corpse. Meaning, if you hunt them away, you're probably never going to figure out how much you're getting. Or if they die a real funny way and you just happen, you know, just blow them up and they get blown away and far away, like I've been doing to a lot of enemies, a whole bunch, you're going to have a hard time. But just to let you know, I am getting at least... I'll get at least 600 from, well, at most I'll probably get 600 from from the ancients. Yeah, I'm getting at least 600 from the ancients. Nah, 400. Yeah, and I'm getting at least 3,000 from the actual Eximus because, well, Eximus enemies are exactly what they are. They're extremely tough enemies. Plus, I got another weapon I need to level up to, which is the Lectus Cernos. I think that was the one that grabbed onto me and I got away. But I do need to go back to probably the Zara, man. But there's some stuff I need to get over there too. I need to get more of the arcanes. Which brings me to my next point. I need to get some arcanes from over there too. And arcanes in general. Yeah, I think it's almost time for me to split out of here. Because I think I think I max ranked this weapon too. Because if we decide to leave at 20, then we'll leave at 20. Got snatched by Strangledome. Yep, Strangledome been increased to 19.
The more successful we will be.
Well, it's not technically difficult to get to, you know, rank 20 over here. You just gotta be careful of taking out, you know, certain enemies before, you know, they show up. Like, if you take out, like, if you have weapons that can take out the Eximus enemies, you can do this. Like right now, I'm not too focused on farming because if I was to come here to farm, I'll only be farming Oracle cells, and I got a ton of those. Just give me an idea, maybe believing that I can do, you know, probably doing some farming parties. You know, depending on what people need, we can probably do farming parties on the Void, you know, to get, we can probably get, what can we get from here? Oh yeah, we can get Argon crystals, or here we can get, you know, stuff such as, we can get Orokin cells. I could probably do, relic runs, well, Void Fissure missions, stuff like that. It actually be pretty good. And of course, if you guys haven't done so, you know, be sure to check out my, Gilded server, which is pretty much where all the information from the 101 that I've done is there. Also, I like to talk about, you know, I like to play other games outside of Warframe as well. So I'm setting up, you know, some games that, you know, that not only that I like to play, but I may set up games that, you know, users outside may like to play. But for now, right now, I'm mostly sticking to No Man's Sky and Warframe at the moment. But I may expand a bit further depending on which type of content is available, because I know some stuff is, you know, some stuff came out, and I may have a Pokemon, Pokemon server, because I know Pokemon Scarlet and Violet will be coming out soon on the on November the 18th, which I do plan to get. So I may do some multiplayer and, you know, have some players, you know, I may play with, you know, people that's part of the community and whatnot. At least that way, you know, everybody's included. You're not limited to just, you know, players that don't play the game. Like, I like to be inclusive, not exclusive, because I like everybody to have fun. I don't like, you know, one person being left out and then another person being left out. I like to have my community built on, you know, players helping players, helping players, helping players. Which is what I try to embody. Because if there's one thing I like more than anything, I always like, you know, playing with players. And not just playing with players. You know, helping people who have trouble doing certain things, which is why I wasn't going to dive completely into doing a bunch of other stuff until I get to mastery rank 30, which is True Master. And then after that, it's just pretty much just it's just legendary rank after that. But I'm not focused on getting to legendary rank. As far as I can see it, people who already got to legendary rank already have just about everything unlocked. They've done all of Steel Path. They unlocked every frame. They got pretty much everything. Yeah, I leveled this thing all the way up.
The longer you fight, the more successful we will be. Yeah, Venari is healing me right now because I got the healing protocol active on her. Yeah, I'm not sticking around for 45. I got other stuff to take care of. I'm sticking around for 30. There's really nothing else left for me to stick around after that for. I mean, I can, but I don't want to because, you know, I need the boogie. And to people out there saying that people who get to mastery rank 30 or tryhards need to get a goddamn rain check. Because the reason why we want to get to 30 isn't because we don't have no life. It's because it's a goal of ours. I mean, nobody complains about shit like you playing Warzone and trying hard on, you know, to be the best of the best and stuff. This is a personal goal for us. So one thing I highly recommend is people stop judging other people for doing certain things. Because I don't have anything against players who play stuff a certain way. I don't call nobody trying hard. I don't call nobody having no life.
I just see players just enjoying playing the game all the time. And I highly recommend people, you know, get a reality check on that. I think that was, yeah, I think that was Suarez that got sent over the edge. I don't know why. Because he had a frost shield around him. Or he had a cold shield. Oh, Venari bodyguard kicked in. But yeah, I'm not sticking around until 45. But anyway, beyond that, I do enjoy, you know, I do enjoy the game, and I never judge anybody based on anything. I've been like that my entire life. If people like what they like, you know, go for it. Just do what you like to do, but don't shame other people for stuff like this. It's a bad take, and you're pretty much blacklisting yourself as pretty much the worst person around. So just don't do it. Just take other people's advice and just don't go the extra mile to try and make people feel bad for what they like. Especially if they have a goal. I've been wanting to get to mastery rank 30 ever since I, you know, started doing this.
We will all share in this bounty. Hold out as long as you can.
OBS being stupid. Don't know why. But for some reason, it disconnected, then reconnected. I don't know what the hell's going on with this thing. OBS is being... Man. OBS needs to cut this shit out.
Another job well executed.
I got a lot of good stuff from this. Well, I can pretty much just sell a bunch of it because I just need a ton of resources. Anyway, I'm almost there too. All right. Now that this is done. Do I have any other weapons that I need to? I got those. Well, let me go back up to the... Yeah, the SETI Lexera. Well, Lexera. Defile Snapdragon. That's good. And can't forget about this. So what we got? We got electricity for this. And Slash. means we can bring out where is it? Buzzkill. Buzzkill. We got Jagged Edge. You know what? No, not Shocking Touch. Where is Voltaic Strike? That's what I want to get. Yeah. Actually, no. Reach. Look at this reach just a little bit.
Operator, Ordis wonders, what are you thinking about?
Oh, I think this is already... Yeah, it already is.
If I may say, Operator, your chosen warframe suits you.
Actually, hang on one quick second. I think I'm close to... Yeah, I'm close to... Oh, I can upgrade these guys now.
Advancement imminent. Advancement imminent. You are filled with questions. Advancement imminent. I require more.
Okay. So I'm gonna go back here and do this again because I want to level this up. Yeah, like for example, 26% affinity from kills, 21% affinity from melee kills, which means I get a 47% increase to affinity on top of having the
Distract the infested while a lone Tenno operative hunts for supplies. Set off the alarms to start. A steady stream of toxic spores is being released into the area. Hold on. Emergency life support is inbound. Fallen enemies will drop crucial life support. Be on the lookout.
something I do need to do while this happens. I need to hydrate a little bit. Oh, and happy Halloween, everybody.
Get ready for a capsule.
And yes, it's spooky season. I mean, I didn't have anything set up for spooky season, but I think as time goes on and as I, grow a bit more as I am right now, I would definitely do a bit more to make it. I would do a little bit more festive stuff, depending on the season and stuff.
I've delivered a life support capsule to the area. Activating it will buy you more time.
But I'll probably mod her a bit later. Somebody use this out here.
Life support incoming.
Oh yeah, one thing I do need to make clear If you do happen to join a game, I mean, if you're on, you know, Xbox or PC, and you use voice chat, please, for the love of God, make sure that your mic isn't picking up background noise, because I have muted a ton of people who've done stuff like that. They always have stuff going on in the background. They always have a bunch of other stuff just happening, and it just annoys me to no end, and it kills my ears. I just can't stand it. Please, 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 make sure you check your mic and anything that you have around you. I do not want to hear that you're inside of a helicopter, or that you're deep throating your mic. Just please, for the love of God, just don't do it. I'm sick of hearing that stuff. It's annoying as hell, and again, it hurts my ears.
We've decided you're bad for business.
Ew. And that was the Parent Sequence Hit Squad. Oh, and just to let you guys know, no matter which hit squad whichever faction that you're going to be part of, or syndicate in this case, there's always going to be one sending out a hit squad. Basically to make things interesting. And Sora's got an aura for one of them. This thing should have way more range than
Off
this.
to a successful start. Extraction is available if you need it.
But I am taking this all the way to 20 if I can. Ow. That was not a good idea. I really need to be careful when I'm just blowing stuff up. It just doesn't make any sense. Because I'm close to it all the time. Yeah, I gotta get to where the rest of the team is. Well, the rest of the team should be around me. But then again, I do need to be more careful. Wait, so this does count as, I think it does count as melee now. Whip claw. Yeah, I think it does count as, yeah, I think it does count as melee. No, I don't think it counts as melee. I think that's just the, yeah, that's just the base kill cost. I don't think they're counting as melee. But But it is a wood claw, so it should count. But I don't really know. I'm just killing anything and everything that has a pulse with it. Yeah, I do need to upgrade my I don't know why I'm starting to get hungry, but I guess I need to get myself something to eat. I'm gonna chow down on something.
We will all share in this bounty. Hold out as long as you can.
I think that's Loki, I think. Oh, Excalibur Umbra. And oh, that's Excalibur Umbra and Chroma Prime.
Life support activated. I've delivered another life support capsule.
Huh. One thing I did like about Cora was the fact that she can have two companions and it's not mutually exclusive. I know for one thing that when when you use her certain skills, it's like, what the shit? Is that despite the fact that she's a zoner, so to speak, it makes it easy to use her abilities at certain times. You don't need to be terribly accurate. Plus, like I said, she's a zoner. Her whole idea is to make sure none of your allies get caught in the middle of the crossfire, and she can, you know, you can finish them off easily. Like I said, I'm primarily doing this because I want to upgrade all my stuff. Walk right through the door, got a headshot in. One thing I try to do is when these guys normally spits out those pods, I wait for them to spawn and then I kill them because, you know, they count as enemies. And they don't count as them if you know, kill them before they hatch.
Look what our Tenno operative just found.
Hornet strike.
They could not do this without you.
I don't think push damage doesn't do much in regards to the dealing extra damage to infested because the most puncture will ever do is just decrease the amount of damage they take. Well, decrease the amount of damage you take because one of the procs that puncture damage gives is weaken, which reduces the damage you deal. I mean, it's still a good damage proc to have, but it's just not really all that great on infested because infested just have to get in close. I think that's why at certain points they want you to focus more on using they want you to focus more on, I think, using gas, I believe. I'm waiting until, I'm going until 20 again. I think after this, I was going to jump off for a little bit and get myself on the beach. I'm starting to get hungry. And it's been going on 2 hours already. I'm gonna go ahead and get to where they are, but I'm not gonna leave. I think there's one more room. Yeah, this is the last room. This is why I try to stay as long as I possibly can, because the longer you stay, the more Eximus enemies shows up, and the more Eximus enemies show up, the more experience you get.
The more successful they will be.
All right. Well, I haven't upgraded a lot of my stuff, but I am gonna take a break for a little bit because I do want to get some food in my belly because I'm hungry as usual, and then I'll be getting back into this. But let me do a few things first, then I'm gonna go ahead and skip out. Cause I could do that more with Spectre.
We'll be sailing to the sun till the voyage is done, then we'll be sleeping in the cold below. Sisters,
I can put more into my Spectres, but I'm not really into it like that.
we're all bound down to the deep, and we'll all be sleeping in the cold below.
But let me see, because I can upgrade my Syndicate.
Sailing ships
I'm supposed to upgrade it.
and the quick, we roll our load and go. There's a living to be made.
Can I do the Syndicate or I can't?
When you're
Nah.
sleeping in the cold below.
When I do come back, I'll definitely focus on doing the spy mission. I don't know about defense, but I will focus on the spy mission. So yeah, and I'm actually closer and closer to this, and we may actually do the rank up this stream. Well, next stream, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna log off, and I'll be back in a few.